Hey, Nomies. Guess what we're going to be doing? We're building another stove. Well, an oven, actually. Because I got a hankering for some pizza. And we ain't got no oven. That's right. I got a hankering for some pizza. We ain't got no oven. We ain't got no pizza oven to make it in. So guess what? I got my googly googlers going. And I found a simple, easy to build pizza oven that goes on the fire pit out of a 55-gallon drum. We're making fire pit pizza. Voila! Good job, boys.
Easy.
That is so weird. Well, they don't call them stupid chickens for nothing. So, let's build something. You ready? Let's go. You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete.
All right, nomenclatures. What do we got going on here? We got this 55-gallon barrel. And yep, we are going to turn it into a pizza oven that goes on top of a fire pit. Now, I've got a couple of these big, truck tires. Let's go that way. Truck tire rims. And that's what we use for fire pits around here. And that 55-gallon drum fits just about perfectly on it, doesn't it? Yep.
Oh, yep. For all you guys waiting, we are doing rocket mass. We got the barrels fit. We're just waiting on some parts to come in, so stand by, it's coming.
Anyway, where were we? Okay, this barrel.
All right, so we got a barrel that fits on top of a fire pit or a truck rim in this particular case. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut
an opening down here where we can have a fire. Then we're going to build a platform out of something masonry. I'll show you that here in a little bit because we need mass. We like big mass. I cannot lie.
And then we're going to put an opening up here to put our pizza in on top of our mass. We are also going to be putting a little smokestack chimney thing on the top here. And I'll show you why and the principles of how this pizza oven is going to work here in just a moment.
So let me get the tripod set up and we'll get to marking our barrel. Let's do it.
All right, nomenclatures. You know how this routine goes.
What the heck are we going to need?
Now I got to find it. All right, well, we got a barrel, so you know we're going to need that. We're also going to need
straight edge thingy.
A measuring thingy.
Marking thingy for the measuring thingies.
And we're going to need cutting thingy.
A drilling thingy.
Another kind of cutting thingy.
And some hinges.
And a latchy-do. Oh, a latchy-do. All right, that's enough to get us started. Let's get some measuring and some marking going on. Then we'll do some cutting.
First thing I did was I made a nice straight center line. One at the top, one at the bottom. I'll measure off of that for my door for the oven, and then opening for the firebox.
Oh, one thing I want to show you real quick is the difference in barrels. Okay, this right here is one of the heavier gauge barrels. It seems the older the barrels are, the heavier the gauge. And the easiest way to tell is the heavier gauge barrels, which means gauge thicker, has just one rib. These here, which are the lighter gauge, see they have an indentation, a rib, and then an indentation. Just one quick, easy way to tell. These work great, but for this application, I'm thinking thicker the better, lasts longer. All right, let's get back to marking out the doors.
All right, nomies, we got our firebox marked out where we're going to cut it. We got our opening for our pizza. We'll be able to fit maybe a 16-inch wide pizza in here. And it's set down from the top for a little bit because we want a little bit of heat to build up to get our stuff on top of the pizza nice and melty. And we got a space in here. I'll show you about that. We're going to put a 2-inch thick mass right there to set the pizza on, and so it stays hot. And yeah, at least in theory anyway. So, time to fire up the Jenny, get the grinder out, and make some noise. Engage gnome mode.
Alright, nomenclatures. We got our top cut out for where our piece is gonna go. We got our bottom cut out where our fire's gonna go. Ew, that nasty thing out there. Got a little bit of nasty water in there, but that's okay. We're gonna save this. We might need that. What else we gotta do?
One, we gotta get this water out of here. Two, since it's going on a fire pit, I want a hole in the bottom. And I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do that. I'm gonna come in a little bit around the edge so I can leave a lip. That way it gives it some structural integrity. Because when this thing gets hot, it's gonna want to move and stuff like that. So the more integrity you keep in there, the better.
One other thing we gotta put on is we gotta get smokestack right out of there. And I think we got...
Oh yeah, our stash. Oh yeah, we got smokestacks. I'm thinking that's just about the right length. Take the elbow off there, clean it up. Golden.
Alright, Gnomelies. Basically what we're gonna do is put a little bit of a smokestack right there above the front. This is what you want. You want fire down here, and then there's gonna be a shelf in here with an opening in the back. And you want the flames to come up, come across, and then go out the chimney. And that gives you a nice crispy top on your pizza.
I basically put that where I want it, marked it, now we're gonna cut it.
And to do that, we're gonna need to drill a pilot hole with that.
I'm gonna get the jiggy diggy out and get jiggy with it. Da-da-da-da-da-da!
Alright, there we go, there we go. See what I got going on there? You don't smell what I'm stepping in there? Get the idea? Fire, mass, pizza. Alright, now we gotta get a hole in the bottom. Well, it ain't a super pretty cut, but it doesn't need to be because it's going to be down in the fire pit. I just wanted some strength on here. Give us some more support. All right. Now time to burn all this nasty out and off. All right, now before we get get out of it. Before we get too carried away with burning this thing, I'm going to explain a little bit what we're going to be doing. Basically, the idea is we need to put a shelf in here. It's a division between where the fire is and where the cooking is going to happen. And it's going to have a gap in the back in there, and I'll show you when I'm making this thing, to let the heat and the smoke and stuff rise and come out. And that's going to go roll across the top here and then out through our little chimney do. So, we need something thick, something strong, something fireproof, and something massy. We like big masses and we cannot lie. What do we got to do that with? We got some masonry blend right here. It's basically a sand and a Portland cement mix. Now we do want to reinforce that a little bit. So we got some fiberglass mat here. We're going to shred that and mix it in with it.
Now, I need something the same size as a barrel, round, preferably waterproof, because when you're mixing cement, you don't want the water to come out of it too fast because you need that water in it for it to cure. I think I got something right here. Round, the size of a barrel, very waterproof. That's gonna work. Perfect.
What we're going to do is we're going to figure out how to make our mold for in there the way we want it, and cut this to the right height, and then when we fill it up, we're just going to fill it up to the top of it. It'll be perfect. And then if this works out perfect, we can reuse this thing over and over again.
We like it.
All right, fighting with the sun here, but this is basically what I'm going to do.
We got this barrel left over from another one of our projects, and I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to figure out the depth we want our shelf, and I'm going to, sorry about that. Then I'm going to put a piece of styrofoam in the bottom of here, exactly the size of this. And then I'm going to put a divider up because it's going to have a little moon shape to let the smoke come out to get up to the top. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, you'll see here in a little bit. So let me get some stuff together, do some calculating, cut this thing to height, and yeah, we'll get busy with it. Get busy with it. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
All right, Normies, we got this cut to the height that we want for the thickness, plus thickness of our foam that we're putting in the bottom there. And yeah, I'm gonna have to clean it up a little bit so the concrete doesn't stick to the edges, but that's pretty good. I took the burrs off the edge, but I left this sharp, and I'll show you here in a moment why. All right, I'm chasing the sun around here. Let me give you an idea why I left that sharp. Take this right here. This is fairly smooth, so that'll make a nice finished surface for our concrete. But we need it round. And if we do this, make sure it's all the way on there. Do this. We got a circle. Voila!
Alright, Normies, we just used the jigsaw to cut that out. Let's see if it fits inside anywhere. Might have to do a little trick. Yep. That sucks. We'll get her though.
All right, there we go. First layer of foam is fitted. Now we got to sort of think upside down, because this is actually going to be the surface that goes up that we cook on. Now, I'm not sure I want to cook directly on a slab of cement. I haven't seen anywhere it says that it's bad. You can always put a pan in there and stuff, but we picked up something at the thrift store that's going to help us out just fine. Check this out. We got ourselves a pizza stove. Voila!
Basically, only $10.99, and I had a coupon. So I'll take that off. Okay, where were we? So, I'm going to put this pizza stone in here. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to mortar on top of it, and then when we flip it out, the pizza stone will be right side up, and then we got a nice pizza stone to cook on. Now remember I keep saying you got to have a place for the smoke and stuff, or the heat stuff to come up? Well, that's going to be this edge right here. So I'm going to build with foam a nice little ledge to fill in this area right here. So basically all we're going to do is we're going to fill up from here to here, up to the ledge here, let it cure, and we'll be making pizza, baby.
Okay, Normies, this is what I came up with. We got our stone in there. Remember, this is upside down. You got to think in reverse, which ain't easy for some of us, me especially. But what I got is I got this divider up here. Because all I want is I want from here to here, and this is going to be open, so that way the smoke comes up. And yeah, if this thing works out, we'll be able to use this mold over and over again. Make quite a few of these. Ooh, what are you doing, Gimbal? Going crazy on me. And yeah, we'll offer some of these up for sale. What do you think? Next step, burning off all the paint. Whew, she's getting hot.
I ain't listening to that thing roar. It's working. Paint's coming off. That'll save us some sanding.
It worked. Now in the morning, get the wire brush out, clean it the rest of the way off. Oh yeah! Look at the tip of my hat. Watch it go back and forth. You are feeling the uncontrollable urge to hit the like button. Yeah, you are. Just let it feel it. Let it go. Hit the like button. Now, go over a little bit further. Do it. Hit the subscribe. You like it? Thanks. Let's get back to it. Oh, wake up. Alright, Normies, we are back. What we done did is we pulled that pizza stone out. We came in here and we did a nice bead of caulk. Well, halfway decent bead of caulk anyway. Good enough for this job. All the way around there. Because when you're doing forms and stuff with mortar, you don't want your water to leak out of your mortar or your cement or whatever you're using. You want it to stay in there. That's the process of curing. The water has to be in there or it doesn't cure. Dries out, quits curing. So, what are we going to do while we wait for that to dry? That's going to take a while. Voila! We got to finish cleaning this up. Got to use that, not that. That. All right, anomalies. We're going to change gears here for a second. We found ourselves not the perfect piece to go on here for our door, but it'll be the end of the day. Hey, check this out. Listen. Oh! Hello! Ooh. Anyway.
We're gonna get our massing gear. We're gonna take some more, fill this thing up. We're gonna need a few things, so you know how the routine goes.
Alright, see if we can do this before the wind picks up. What the heck are we gonna need? We're gonna need a mold.
Check.
We're gonna need a bag of mortar. Mason mix.
Check.
Gonna need a bucket.
Check.
We're gonna need some of this fiberglass and stuff for reinforcing.
Check.
We're gonna need something to make this nice and smooth and screedy.
Check.
Gonna need a way to mix it. We got this thing, but I can't do that by hand. So we got power, baby.
Check.
Might need that. That's a good start. Let's do it. Well, put the stone in exactly where I wanted it and mark the edges. I'm gonna have to lubricate this mold a little bit because we want this thing to unstick when it's done. And since it's going to be in contact with food, we're going to use vegetable oil. That's food grade stuff. We just want to wipe it on the outside edges and around where the stone is, because the stone ain't going to stick. Now we put the stone back in. Got some water. The reason we're spraying the stone down is because the stone is super dry. We're going to be putting some mortar in there, and we don't want the stone to suck all the moisture out of the mortar right away. You notice I got my bag hanging off the bench there. I cut just a small opening because I'm not going to use this whole bag. You know how these things are. They love to fall apart, so I'm trying to control chaos here. The further I move the bag off the table, the more mortar comes out. That's how I'm measuring it, gauging it. Ripping up some of that fiberglass, trying to get it into the smaller pieces as possible. A little more mortar. I only slide the bag over far enough to let out as much as I want. More fiberglass. You get the idea. Time to mix. She was a little dry. Ended up putting about 5.5 to 6 quarts of water in about a half of that. Round and round she goes. And you want to make it so it's the consistency of like real soft peanut butter. But best I can explain. Spray that stone down. Sure it's not dry. And fill up that mold. Now this first thin layer I'm putting in here, I'm trying to pack it down as much as I can, get it smooth. Few air bubbles in there as possible, and I get her about halfway full, and I stuck a piece of chicken wire in there for even more reinforcement. Finished filling it up. Well, that's it for that bucket. Hope it's gonna be enough. Feed it. Screed it. It wasn't. Better mix some more. should do it. Oh, nice and smooth. Pump the camera. One more thing left to do after this. Alright, there we go. Now it's ready. Alright, Gnomers, we're going to let this cure for a day or two. Get back to working on the door. Getting a little late, sun's going not down, but it's getting lower. So we got plenty of time to clean up. And yeah, we'll hit her again tomorrow. Hey Gnomies, we are back. We got some rain last night. It's been pretty cloudy and misty all day, so we didn't get too much done, but the sun is getting lower on the horizon. It's about 9 o'clock. It's gonna set. When it ain't gonna be until it gets over there. So we got plenty of time, huh? Oh, we check this thing out. It's been 24 hours.
I think it worked. I think it's set. Is it hard? Check it out. Voila! Oh yeah, hard as a rock. Now, the next question. We'll look around.
Let's try this piece here first. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do 2 hands because we gotta flip-flop it over. Alright, normally Gnomon playthroughs. What do you think? It'll be nice and smooth. Looks like it turned out pretty good. Outside, a little pocky. It's all loose.
That's for sure. So, alright, moment of truth. Drum roll, please. Voila! Hey, that ain't too bad.
That's reusable. Yeah, all we gotta do is clean this up a little bit, and I'll find something. And we'll be making pizza in no time. Now the fun part, getting it in the barrel. Ha! Let's check it out. Nothing like a little live Grateful Dead on a Tuesday night. But we better turn that down because we got stuff to do. Anyway, this did not turn out too shabby. Cleaned up pretty good. That'll wash off. And this will be a perfect area to make about a 14-inch pie if we want to.
All right, what are we doing next? We gotta get over here. And we're gonna clean up around these edges, make that nice and pretty. We're gonna take that scrappy do that we got down there, make a door for up here.
Time to cut. Now let's see if it's going to fit. Let's see here. Oh yeah! Alright, that's all cleaned up. Looking pretty good. Time for a couple of hinges. And a latch. And yeah, a latch. All right, we got our hingy dingies that fasten to the door.
We'll get our door rigged up there so we can figure out where we're gonna drill on hingy dingies. It's not fitting too bad. I'm gonna have to trim that back a little bit. And, yeah, looking good. In fact, it's looking good enough that maybe tomorrow night Yeah, probably the next night. We'll be making some pizza, baby.
Alright, that turned out pretty good. Now you notice I did not put all the screws in here. That way, in case I gotta tweak it and adjust it, that's my only options. So those are my only options for adjustment. So you don't want to put all your screws in, because then you're committed. Alright, now I've been playing with this little latch here. I'm not sure I like it. I may have to go back to the store and pick out a different kind. It's a little too small. It's a little too close, I think, for what we want to do. Well, sunset, homies. We got a latchy-do on. It looks like it just might work. We'll see how it holds up. If not, we can switch it out. But I'm thinking, yeah, that's gonna be perfect. Takes two hands, at least for me, anyway. All right, well, that's it for this evening. We're gonna clean up our mess. Finish her up tomorrow. See if we can get our massing gear. All right, guys, what we're getting ready to do, y'all. You got to get that massive stone inside this barrel.
And don't fit in there. And don't fit in there. But it will fit in there.
So, we got her all strapped in. We got braces here, so it goes into the position it's supposed to go into. And our boy Austin is going to hop up on the table, drop her down in there, and our boy Danny is going to help guide it. So remember, when we're putting this in there, it's got to be upside down. So, got that around there for them to hold on to for grippy doos. And, yeah, this is the fun part. All right. Good. Strategically lower it into place. Ooh, it fit in there easier than I thought. Voila! Good job, boys.
Easy.
Alright, homies, we get that stone in there, supported by some wood. And we took some of this bed rail we had laying around and cut some pieces. And put it in there and bolted it in. And put a couple little pieces here, bolted them in. Now we're ready to cut them strings, flip this bad boy over, put the doll back on, and have some pizza. Oh yeah. Hey, time to flip it over. No, it's okay. Ta-da! Now it's got to go on that fire ring.
See, that's what I was gonna ask. If you want to put it on the fire ring or not? So
Too late to ask. How's she looking? All right. We're about to make some pizza, boys. All right, no, we got Austin peeling bark off of wood. And the reason he's doing that is because, especially this birch bark, we're using it to light the fire. And see how black and sooty it is? If you leave that on there, your pizza gets black and sooty. So it's okay to start the fire with. But once it gets going, you want nice, clean hardwood. No spruce, no pine. But there it is. First fire. Smoke starting to come out the top like it should. We'll get a nice roasty toasty going in there. And then we're going to throw some pizzas in. Oh, yeah! What do you think, man? You hungry?
hell yeah.
All right. All right, homies. It's been about 15 minutes. Let's see if we can get some temperatures on here. Oh, it's getting there. It's getting there. Warm it up. Check the stone. Yep, stone's getting there too. Takes a while to get that big old mass heated up, but when it does,
Pizza, baby.
we got a little spruce hen wandering into camp. Ain't got no fear whatsoever.
Just trotting along, getting them bugs.
Yep. Found something it likes.
Stick around for some pie, little buddy.
Yeah, be careful. We'll put you in the oven. I can't believe how close this thing is. That is so weird. Well, they don't call them stupid chickens for nothing. All right, Nomies, we are up to temperature.
Time to put some pizza in.
Yeah, we're running about 400 degrees. Doing good. Perfect. Let's check on it. See what she's looking like. Oh yeah, look at them pepperonis going. Beautiful. Fire pit pizza, baby. All right, we got a cheesy one going in next, but pepperoni's done. You gonna try it? Yeah. Dun dun dun. Edible. Awesome. Oh yeah. What do you think?
That's fucking good.
Aww.
And it's keeping me warm on the backside. This has pepperoni.
Well, Nomies, we're about to pull our last pizza out for the night. But was this not a fun project? I'll tell you what, if you could taste the pizza that's coming out of this thing. Ho, 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 baby! If you made it this far, why don't you go ahead and give us one of them thumbs up thingies? Because you know you liked it if you're here. Want to see more of what's coming up? Hit that subscribe. And as always, thanks for coming along for the ride. Until next time.
I'm a know-me, he's a know-me, she's a know-me, you're a know-me, wouldn't you like to be a know-me?
Put your comment down on the bottom.
Click the subscribe down on the bottom, click the like button,
Down on the bottom.
make a comment.
Down on the bottom.